Hi there, how you doing? So this is my July 2022 global meditation. The objective of this meditation is to address some of the things going on globally. What I'm seeing in the spiritual community, what I think we all need to be working on right now in terms of our personal energy fields and working to transmute the negativity, because things are getting so intense, and the more intense they get, the harder it can be to stick to your higher vibration, because there's so many people that are unawakened that you want to wake up. There's so many problems in the world that you want to solve in this way or the other. And this is something I've struggled with for a long time, and I eventually realized that I wasn't getting results by maybe talking to somebody and just wanting to communicate my truth to them and them being not receptive at all. And I would get frustrated and I would get a little angry sometimes. And I just wouldn't understand why they didn't seem to listen to me. I always understood their side, right? In my mind. And they never understood my side. They never wanted to love my side. They were so stuck in that negative vibration. But then I realized they're pulling me into that negative vibration. That is the strategy of low vibration people. They want you to be angry, right? Whether they know it or not. It's what I've seen in every single case without exception. But anyways, we are here with Energy Enterprise, and we are the Embrace, Embody, Emit. That is the slogan. That is the objective. So we are going to embrace the problems that are around us. We are going to embody them and feel them, and that's going to allow us to analyze them and see what they really are. And then we're going to emit the transmuted energy out into the world and manifest what we want, right? Because we have that ability, and we're not stuck in this physical world. We live in an energetic reality all the time, whether you can see it or not. And that is the causal plane. That is where things begin. That is the first primary way to make real change in the world. And so let's just start off by taking a couple deep breaths here and relaxing. So just feel those muscles, right? A lot of people have stress, especially in the pelvic area, the hips. A lot of muscles around that area. Really just feel your body as it is and let those go. Let yourself sink deeper into your chair and just give yourself this time to be relaxed. Let go of the issues around you, and if you can't let them go, at least love them for what they are. Love them for being alive. Love yourself, and try to accept them. Do your best. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Let your breath flow naturally. Sorry, I can't even speak. It's a contemplation, really, not just a meditation. I gotta remember that. So, as you just keep relaxing into this, I want you to look at your body and mind's relationship to the energy surrounding the Great Reset. This is a term that most of us truth seekers have heard about. I'm not going to bother covering, what it is here. Just look at that energy. What form does it take? Do you hold any anger towards those people that are stealing money, that are controlling our lives, that are forcing us to do things or stopping us from going where we really want to go? It's all too easy to slip into negative vibration the crazier the world gets, and it is getting crazier and crazier. And that's why you are needed more than ever, right? You can be a beacon of light. And the more, the harder it gets in this world, the brighter your light can shine. It's like in baseball, they throw a pitch. The harder the pitch is thrown, the farther the ball can be hit. When the negativity comes at us with all of its force, we can just draw that in and choose to emit it, choose to transmute it as a positive vibration. Just visualize yourself as a ball of loving light that's extending in every possible direction to infinity. And just gobbling up all of those negative emotions that you might have even suppressed and not even been aware of. Jealousy of people who don't seem to have a care in the world because you do care so much. But now letting that love wash over you and just realizing that you are free, you are infinite, and you don't have to have boundaries. You don't have to let this negative situation control you and be the dictator of what you are going to manifest in this world. I'm seeing in the spiritual community certain fear-based methods of going about things. I am not a fear-based person. I do my best to eliminate fear wherever it sits. I don't mess with fear. The only time I'll mess with any sort of fear is when I need it to get away from a grizzly bear. Okay? But when it comes to demons, when it comes to negativity, when it comes to these people in the cabal and that are running this great reset, in a way I love them, right? But let's not forget that we still need our swords at our side. We still need our defensive mechanisms online. It doesn't mean we're going to let these people creep into our lives and take everything, because we're just all light and love, right? But it also doesn't mean we're going to let ourselves slip into a negative vibration. So it's all of these, sometimes it feels like a dichotomy, but really to me it's more of a yin-yang dynamic where we need to have both sides online, and both sides can also be turned into darkness. And so in some of these spiritual groups, they have the warrior, ethos online in some way. But they are only keeping the love and light and the high vibration stuff in their own little group. They're not letting it spread outside. So let that spread. Let it envelop others. Don't be selfish with your love. Now, be selective with what your energy interacts with. We don't want to walk into the valley of the hyenas here, but let your energy field become bigger and stronger and more full of high vibration love, because that will transmute, that will manifest positivity into your world. Maybe take a little bit of this energy and just give it a little form, right? Grab a little bit of it, like plugging something into a socket. Complete this circuit, right? Don't just let it fly everywhere. Harness it. Direct it. Give it form. Manifest what you want. a clear idea, a specific direction will give your manifestation that much more power. And now let's just ground our energy with source consciousness. Feel it like a slight heaviness coming down and just almost holding you in its place. And this heaviness is absorbing heat like metal absorbs heat, just soaking in the infinite energy and giving it shape, giving it form, giving it direction. Ooh. And we can target. I'm sorry if you hear my phone buzzing. I forgot to turn it off. We can target any sort of ailment with this, right? So I'm right now targeting this energy surrounding the Great Reset within the spiritual community, but I'm going to move on now, and we're going to target a bunch of different things within this meditation, things that I'm noticing in the world. And so the next thing I want us to focus on is addictions. The topic of addiction stretches so far. It's almost infinity in and of itself, because often we're taught growing up that addiction is only going to take a few forms. But the truth is, when you look inside yourself, you will find addictions of all different types. I guarantee that. Just sit within yourself and let's just take a minute right now, and I'll tell you an addiction that I notice within myself right now, right here. So sit with the breath and ask your soul, ask your spirit, ask source consciousness, what addiction do I need to process? What addictions are there? Maybe it's simple, using your phone too much, eating too much. Maybe you do have a drug there that is not good for you, and you've known that for a long time, right? And you've known all these things for a long time, and that's why we're here doing energy work, because this is where, again, things originate. And so if we don't solve them at the energetic level, they're not going to get solved. So you've known for a long time, this really isn't good for me. Weed, really, I'm smoking too much. I shouldn't have eaten that last night. But we need to change the habits. We need to change the paradigm. And that's at an unconscious and energetic level, right? So there are physical strategies we can do, but let's just take another couple seconds. I'm still looking. I've already found a couple, but I want one that I'm really good to share. I'm addicted to external things, tools that are going to help me. And there are a lot of tools that can help me, right? Crystals, gems, computers, rings, necklaces, clothing, essential oils, a nice chair, an air purifier, a water purifier, all these things that I really love in life. But at the end of the day, I rely too much on them, right? It's more important to integrate yourself within and heal yourself from within. It's not the other way around, outside in. And that's again another reason why it's so important to focus on the energetic level first rather than the physical. Again, and that's the vibration thing. You can't get to a high vibration you can't get high vibration results if you're still thinking on a low vibration. That's something that Bob Proctor talked a lot about, God rest his soul. And so let's take a second to just feel the energy of this addiction. What is the quality of your mind when you lose that control of it and you just go off, right? We can take some of that love that we got earlier, that we embodied earlier, that we embraced earlier. We can take some of that infinite love, right? And we can just take that bright ball of light between our hands and just feel it, see it gaining, just stretching and just massaging it, loving it, right? Letting it grow, and then letting it envelop whatever we have to represent that way we feel when we succumb to the addiction. Anxious, worried, stressed. We just take that ball of energy and just place it around it and watch as it dissolves. And as it dissolves, you can start to remember this moment where you completely destroyed that piece of energy, transmuted it into love and light, and just return to that every time you need. Anytime you're struggling, feel that peace that's around you. Feel your body completely relaxed right now, wherever you're sitting. Feel the acceptance of your current state in this meditation. Perfection, don't worry about it right now. In a way, you are already perfect. The present moment is perfection. This is God's creation. This is your path. And you do have the free will to instill this experience in your mind and let it be a reminder every time you encounter this addiction. So let's just return to the breath. And again, just start to think about and just start contemplating, where did all these addictions come from? Again, I think we live in such a complex world that it's hard. It is very hard to avoid a lot of these things. There's no shame in admitting, that life wasn't perfect, that you were trained, you were managed, you were maybe a sort of sheep at a time. But if you're listening to this meditation right now, I know that you have the power to break out of it, to become your own person, to be an individual, to align yourself with universal laws, to align yourself with your natural state of being. It's more about unlearning than it is about learning. You have been learning your whole life, learning how to ignore your spirituality. Now I know if you've been on this spiritual path for a long time, those might be strong words, but I think all of us still have a lot of work to do. It's such a complex time in the world. Okay. I think that's enough for now. I had a couple other topics that I'll just mention here. Tradition, rationalization. These are some things that I see, tradition needs breaking in some senses, but also needs returning to in some senses. The family is important, but we need to recognize where we're also evolving past things. Rationalization, I don't even think I need to say much there. I'll leave it at that. So I thank you for taking the time, and let's just again return and take a couple last deep breaths with each other. And just really release some of this negativity. Accept ourselves for who we are. Remember how we felt right now, and give ourselves the power to return here whenever we need to. You can listen to this multiple times until you feel you've reached where you want to be. And always feel free to return to this. This isn't just for right now. This transcends time and space. So God bless. Until next time. This has been Ryan Sweeney with Energy Enterprise.